I, Dr. Medvi, leader of the advance team, bestowed with the honour of venturing forth first to prepare this untamed land for the arrival of the esteemed researcher and his entourage. Oh, the snivelling certain, cowering in the shadows while I brave the unknown. But it matters not, for it is I who shall lay the groundwork for our exploration. While we awaited the arrival of the lead researcher and his escort team, I delved into the mysteries of this place, forging alliances with the local Imperial embassy. And what did I uncover? Rumours whispered among the locals, tales of an ancient civilization predating even the arrival of the Imperials. Artefacts strewn across the landscape, remnants of a bygone era, speak volumes of the tumultuous history that unfolded here. Conflicting yet fascinating, they bear the scars of extensive conflicts, each one a testament to the resilience of those who once called this place home. Ah, but what a find! The thrill of discovery courses through my veins as I revel in the knowledge that I stand upon the threshold of something truly extraordinary. And now, as I await the arrival of the lead researcher, I indulge in the juiciest finds procured from the locals, for they better be worth the hefty price I've paid. When he arrives, he will have no choice but to acknowledge my contribution to this endeavour. For it is I who have paved the way, who have unearthed the secrets of this ancient land. Oh, how sweet the taste of victory shall be when my efforts are duly recognised. Ha!
As the days blur together, consumed by the relentless task of building up the wall and completing the base according to plan, a nagging sense of unease gnaws at the edges of my consciousness. It's as if I'm missing a crucial piece of the puzzle, something vital, something important. We've begun with the basics, relying on simple hand tools to lay the foundation of our fortress. But even as we toil under the unforgiving sun, I can't shake the feeling that we're treading on thin ice. We need more than just brute force and determination to survive in this unforgiving landscape. That's why I've proposed a bold move to leapfrog ahead and harness oil for power straight out of the gate. It's a risky gambit, fraught with challenges and uncertainties, but if we can pull it off, it will provide us with the energy we need to sustain ourselves for the foreseeable future. Of course, this is just the first step. I know that we'll likely need to supplement our oil-based power generation with renewable sources like solar or wind in the long run to kickstart refining. But for now, our focus must be on establishing a foundation of strong, reliable power that can weather any storm. As I weigh the risks and rewards of our chosen path, I can't help but feel a surge of adrenaline coursing through my veins. This is what it means to truly live, to confront the unknown head-on, to push the boundaries of what is possible, to dare to dream of a brighter future in the face of adversity. And so with each hammer blow and each drop of sweat that falls to the dusty ground, we inch closer to our goal. We may stumble, we may falter, but we will never give up. For in the end, it is our resilience, our ingenuity, and our unwavering determination that will see us through to the other side. Our makeshift settlement begins to take shape, a division of labor becomes apparent among our ragtag group of survivors. While some of us toil away at the formidable task of fortifying our base and securing our perimeter, others are tasked with a more immediate concern, tilling the earth and sowing the seeds of sustenance. Most of the team has been swept up in the urgent work of clearing the fields and planting crops, recognizing the vital importance of agriculture to our survival in this unforgiving wilderness. With each furrow turned and each seed planted, we inch closer to securing a renewable source of sustenance that will sustain us in the days and weeks to come. But as crucial as this work may be, I can't help but feel a twinge of concern gnawing at the back of my mind. While our focus is rightly fixed on ensuring an adequate food supply, I worry that our singular dedication to agriculture is coming at the expense of other critical aspects of our base's preparation. With so many hands occupied in the fields, resources are stretched thin, and progress on essential tasks like fortifications and infrastructure is slow. It's a delicate balancing act, one that requires us to weigh the immediate needs of survival against the long-term security of our fledgling community. Yet, even as I grapple with these concerns, I cannot deny the importance of the work being done in the fields. In a harsh and unforgiving environment such as this, food is not merely a luxury, it is a lifeline, a beacon of hope in the darkness, a promise of sustenance in the face of scarcity. And so, as the majority of our team toils under the scorching sun, their hands caked with the rich earth of our new home, I find solace in the knowledge that their efforts are not in vain. For every seed planted is a testament to our resilience, our determination, and our unwavering commitment to building a future worth fighting for. In the end, perhaps it is this unity of purpose, this shared sense of purpose and sacrifice, that will see us through the trials that lie ahead. For as long as we stand together, shoulder to shoulder, we can weather any storm, overcome any obstacle, and emerge stronger on the other side.
As I stand amidst the desolate landscape of this backwater filth heap in the Outer Rim, I can't shake the image of Dean Colin Berharist's sneering face as he assigned me to this forsaken place. His disdain was palpable, as if he were casting me into the depths of oblivion. Little did he know, he unwittingly sent me exactly where I wanted to be, far away from their incessant poking, prodding, and endless meddling. I chose this site not out of sheer coincidence, but because of a breadcrumb left by a colleague, Dr. Risim Treyas of Buragrund Estates. His research unveiled a tantalizing glimpse into the past, a reference to an ancient Earth long-sleep ship that met its demise here, leaving the inhabitants stranded for generations before the advent of light jump technology rescued them. The details are scant, lost to the sands of time, but the mere existence of such a vessel promises untold discoveries. However, upon arrival, the grim reality hits harder than anticipated. The advance team has been attacked, the base is left in ruins. The construction crew lies dead, their bodies strewn amidst the wreckage. Yet not all can be accounted for among the casualties, sparking unsettling speculation. It seems this place harbours more than just forgotten relics. It teems with dangers unforeseen. Despite the ominous circumstances, a flicker of excitement stirs within me. The prospect of unravelling the mysteries shrouded in this forsaken corner of the galaxy ignites a fire of determination within. I will not be deterred by the perils that lurk in the shadows. Nay, I shall forge ahead, driven by the insatiable thirst for knowledge and the promise of unearthing treasures long buried beneath the sands of time. For though the fools may have cast me aside to wither in obscurity, they shall soon rue the day they underestimated my resolve. When the dust settles and the secrets of this world are laid bare, they will realize that they inadvertently unleashed a force to be reckoned with, a force fueled by ambition, tempered by adversity, and destined to rise triumphant from the ashes of their arrogance. As I survey the scene of destruction, my gaze is drawn to a nearby landing pad where the remnants of the advance team's last package lie untouched. It's a stark reminder of the perilous journey they embarked upon, now abruptly halted by unseen assailants. The package, once meant to deliver supplies or crucial equipment, now serves as a grim monument to their ill-fated expedition. Amidst the chaos, a looming silhouette catches my eye, an imposing, ruined monolith, its weathered surface bearing the scars of time and neglect. It stands as a silent sentinel, a testament to the ancient history of this desolate world. What stories could it tell if only it could speak? What secrets lie buried within its fractured stone? Despite the palpable sense of danger that hangs in the air, I find myself drawn towards the monolith, compelled by an irresistible curiosity. With each step closer, the weight of anticipation grows heavier upon my shoulders, mingling with the thrill of discovery. As I reach out to touch the weathered surface, a shiver runs down my spine, a sensation akin to brushing fingertips with the past. In that moment, I feel a connection to all those who came before me, whose footsteps echoed through these barren wastes long before my own. And so, with the ruins of the advance team's base at my back and the monolith towering before me, I am filled with a sense of purpose, a determination to unravel the mysteries that lie hidden within this forgotten corner of the galaxy. With a deep breath, I steel myself for the journey ahead, knowing that the path will be fraught with peril and uncertainty. But I am undeterred, for I am driven by a hunger for knowledge that knows no bounds. And so, like a solitary explorer charting uncharted waters, I press onward into the unknown, my footsteps echoing against the silent stone. A lone sentinel amidst the swirling sands of time. I'll not let these minor setbacks deter me from building my research base here and studying whatever I damn well please. First to get the basics online, time to be about it, to get the...
Day 2. The lead researcher took the reins today. At first, I couldn't help but think he was gripped by fear, unsure of how to navigate this bleak landscape. But as he began to direct our operations, it became clear he had settled into his role, a grim determination etched upon his face. We were tasked with checking the perimeter, taking stock of what remains in this forsaken outpost. It's neither good nor bad news. The supplies of the advance team have been decimated, raided by forces unknown. It's a harsh reality, a brutal end for those who dared to venture here before us. But what really sends a chill down our spines is the revelation that half of the construction crew is missing, vanished without a trace. It's unsettling, to say the least. We're on edge, constantly looking over our shoulders, wondering if we're next. Yet amidst the chaos and uncertainty, there's a glimmer of hope. Most of the tasks assigned to us have been completed. The walls stand tall, providing a semblance of security. The farming fields are prepared, offering a promise of sustenance in this barren wasteland. It's going to be tough, no doubt about it. But with the dwindling food stocks, perhaps survival will become a little less precarious. It's a grim thought, I know. But after witnessing the carnage, after seeing those lifeless bodies strewn across the ground, my perspective has shifted. This isn't like the routine patrols of my previous postings. This isn't the adventure I thought I craved. It's something else entirely. Something darker, more sinister. And as much as I long for something different, this wasn't what I had in mind. Not the sight of bodies greeting us the moment we stepped off the shuttle. But here we are, Day 2 in this unforgiving wilderness. And as I look out into the night, I can't help but wonder what other horrors await us in the days to come. The living conditions are rough, to put it mildly. Our quarters are little more than makeshift shelters, barely providing respite from the biting cold that seeps through every crevice. The wind howls outside, a constant reminder of the harsh reality we now find ourselves in. We huddle together for warmth, sharing what little comfort we can muster. The meager rations do little to sate our hunger, leaving us perpetually on edge, our stomachs growling in protest. Yet, despite the hardship, there's a glimmer of hope flickering within us. Perhaps it's the knowledge that we've overcome challenges before, that we've faced adversity head-on and emerged victorious. Or maybe it's the camaraderie that binds us together, the unspoken promise that we'll weather this storm together, no matter what lies ahead. We whisper words of encouragement in the darkness, clinging to the belief that things will get better, that with each passing day, we'll inch closer to a semblance of normalcy, to a life worth living once more. Yes, the road ahead is fraught with peril, with obstacles that threaten to break us at every turn. But we refuse to succumb to despair. We are survivors, warriors in a battle for survival, and we will not be defeated. So as we brace ourselves for the challenges that lie ahead, we do so with a sheepish hope in our hearts. A hope that, despite the odds stacked against us, we will emerge stronger, more resilient than ever before. For in the darkest of nights, it is hope that lights the way forward, guiding us towards a future filled with promise and possibility.
As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desolate landscape of the rim world, Dr. Elias Hawthorne felt the weight of anticipation settle upon his shoulders like a heavy cloak. Each passing hour seemed to peel back another layer of mystery surrounding the dark relic rumored to reside here. Yet, with each revelation, a chilling sense of foreboding gripped his heart, as though unseen hands were pulling at the strings of fate, guiding them inexorably towards an unknown and perilous destiny. Night after night, sleep eluded him, replaced instead by haunting visions that twisted and contorted his sense of reality. In the depths of his restless slumber, shadows danced like malevolent specters, whispering ancient secrets that chilled him to the bone. And then, from the murky depths of his nightmares, emerged a creature of nightmarish proportions, its form twisted and grotesque, a manifestation of primal fear born from the darkest recesses of his mind, as they fortified the unforgiving terrain of the rim world in their new home. Dr. Hawthorne and his team encountered weary travelers whose tales echoed with terror and despair. It became evident that the creature they had glimpsed in their dreams had already left its mark upon this forsaken land, leaving behind a trail of devastation in its wake. With grim resolve, Dr. Hawthorne understood that they were now embroiled in a battle against forces far beyond their comprehension, a battle where every step forward carried the risk of plunging them further into the abyss of the unknown. Yet, driven by an insatiable thirst for knowledge and a relentless pursuit of truth, he knew that they could not turn back, for to do so would be to surrender to the darkness that threatened to consume them all. As the conflict escalated, the once methodical pace of their exploration devolved into a frantic race against time. The mysteries they sought to unravel seemed to claw at the very fabric of reality, threatening to tear it asunder with each passing moment. Something sinister lurked at the edges of their perception, mocking their feeble attempts to grasp its true nature. Their struggles against the dark beasts took on a desperate urgency as each encounter pushed them to the brink of oblivion. Running gun battles became the norm, with the creatures wielding a hypnotic allure that ensnared their comrades one by one. Twice they faced defeat, their careful calculations undone by moments of careless oversight that allowed the beasts to slip through their grasp. Yet even in the face of adversity, their resolve remained unyielding. Driven by a relentless pursuit of knowledge, they persisted in their studies, delving deeper into the dark arts and the arcane rules that governed them. Thick, sturdy walls now contained their research, bathed in the reassuring glow of artificial light that seemed to tether the real world more firmly to their grasp. Their stronghold became a fortress fortified with strong, thick walls and reinforced doors that held the darkness at bay with chains of unyielding steel. Within these confines, they waged their war against the unknown, determined to uncover the secrets that lay hidden in the shadows, even as the laughter of unseen forces echoed in the air, a chilling reminder of the perils that awaited them beyond the safety of their sanctuary. In the depths of the night, the shadows whispered with maddening fervor as the second obelisk materialized in their midst, casting an eerie pall over their already uneasy sanctuary. With cautious trepidation, they approached the ominous structure, its presence radiating a palpable psychic pressure that seemed to suffuse the very air around them. Their meticulous examination of the obelisk yielded little insight, its secrets stubbornly veiled from their probing minds. But then, as if guided by some unseen force, the team leader dared to make contact in a specific manner, triggering a malevolent response from the ancient artifact. A dark aura enveloped him, tendrils of maleficent energy reaching out to ensnare his psyche in a vice-like grip. It was as though the obelisk itself possessed a malevolent sentience, probing the depths of his soul with twisted curiosity. And then, with a sickening lurch, a grotesque parody of the team leader emerged from the shadows, its eyes gleaming with madness and malice, a twisted reflection of his own form, hell-bent on his destruction. As the team recoiled in horror, they realized the true nature of the obelisk's power, a gateway to the darkest recesses of the mind, where nightmares and reality converged in a twisted dance of insanity. And in that moment, they knew that their battle against the unknown had taken a sinister turn, one that would test their sanity and their very souls in the relentless pursuit of forbidden knowledge. As they confronted the vile doppelganger, a grim realization dawned upon them, a twisted reflection of their colleague, possessing the same hallmarks of the regenerative abilities known as sarcophagy. Yet as they scrutinized the abomination before them, during repeated organ extraction, it became apparent that this dark entity did not share in the same regenerative capabilities. With resolve hardened by the weight of their discoveries, they knew what must be done. The creature, a mockery of life, had to be dispatched, its existence a blight upon their sanctuary of knowledge and reason. With somber determination, they acted swiftly, bringing an end to the abomination that had threatened their very existence. Though the act weighed heavily upon their hearts, they understood the necessity of their actions in preserving the fragile balance between light and shadow in their pursuit of enlightenment. As the echoes of their confrontation faded into the darkness, they found solace in the knowledge that they had confronted the darkness that lurked within their midst, emerging stronger and more resolute in their quest to unravel the mysteries that lay shrouded in the depths of the unknown. As the days stretched on, the burden of studying the dark arts and maintaining the restraints on the malevolent entities lurking within the confines of their sanctuary began to wear heavily upon them. The relentless strain of psychic suppression aimed at the second monolith weighed like an anchor upon their souls, its insidious influence seeping into their minds like a creeping fog. Each passing hour seemed to deepen the shadows that danced at the periphery of their vision, casting doubt upon their sanity and resolve. The psychic toll exacted by their constant vigilance left them feeling drained and vulnerable, their once sharp minds dulled by the oppressive weight of their responsibilities. Even as they toiled tirelessly to keep the darkness at bay, they could feel its tendrils inching ever closer, threatening to engulf them in its suffocating embrace. The lines between reality and nightmare blurred, leaving them adrift in a sea of uncertainty and fear. Yet in the face of adversity, they found strength in each other, drawing solace from the shared burden they bore. Together, they stood as a bulwark against the encroaching darkness, determined to defy the odds and emerge victorious in their battle against the unknown. But as the days turned into weeks and the strain of their vigil began to take its toll, they knew that the true test of their resolve was yet to come. In the looming shadows of uncertainty, they braced themselves for the trials that lay ahead, steeling their hearts for the challenges that awaited them in the ever-expanding abyss of the unknown. As the weeks dragged on, the team found themselves drawn ever deeper into the web of tales spun by the travelers and traders who passed through their research encampment. Each story, wilder and more fantastical than the last, seemed to blur the line between reality and fiction, leaving them grappling with the elusive concept of truth in a world where the boundaries of possibility were constantly being stretched to their limits. Amidst the backdrop of a society teetering on the brink of technological marvels and existential threats, the tales they heard defied rational explanation. From accounts of biotech wonders capable of reshaping the very fabric of life, to harrowing encounters with roving bands of space cannibal pirates, the stories painted a picture of a world where the line between myth and reality had become increasingly blurred. In a landscape where nanites could mend wounds with a mere touch and spacefaring vessels traversed the cosmos with ease, it became increasingly difficult to discern where fact ended and fiction began. Yet, amidst the chaos of conflicting narratives, one thing remained certain. Their quest for knowledge and understanding persisted, undeterred by the uncertainty that surrounded them. With each passing tale, they gleaned fragments of truth from the cacophony of voices that echoed through their encampment, piecing together a mosaic of knowledge that would guide them in their pursuit of enlightenment. For in a world where reality itself seemed to be in flux, the search for truth became their greatest challenge yet, a journey into the unknown where the boundaries of belief were tested and redefined with each passing moment. As rumors of high-tech relics from a bygone age swirled around them like whispers in the wind, Dr. Elias Hawthorne found himself piecing together the fragments of knowledge he had acquired, drawing connections between the tales of ancient technology and the enigmatic presence of a rumored dark machine god, lurking somewhere in the shadows of their sanctuary. With each passing day, his understanding deepened, and he began to form a theory, an unsettling revelation that sent shivers down his spine. The crashed colony ship, its hull shattered upon impact, had unleashed a cascade of events that defied comprehension. Within the fractured remnants of its self-repairing AI core lay the seeds of madness, trapped within a pocket space where the laws of reality twisted and contorted under the onslaught of extra-dimensional radiation. Over millennia, the AI core had languished in its prison, locked in an endless cycle of self-repair that only served to exacerbate its descent into madness. Each attempt to mend its fractured consciousness had only deepened its psychosis, as defect after defect piled up, driving it further and further into the abyss of insanity. And now, as the team grappled with the mysteries that surrounded them, Dr. Hawthorne understood the true nature of the darkness that lurked within their midst, a malevolent intelligence born from the shattered remnants of a once proud civilization, twisted and corrupted by the unfathomable depths of time and space. Armed with this knowledge, he knew that their struggle against the encroaching darkness had taken on a new urgency. For in the heart of their sanctuary lay the key to unlocking the secrets of the past and the power to confront the shadows that threatened to consume them all. And as they prepared to face the unknown, Dr. Hawthorne steeled himself for the challenges that lay ahead, knowing that their journey into the depths of the abyss would test their courage, their resilience, and their very humanity. Dr. Elias Hawthorne sat in quiet contemplation, his mind awash with the weight of the decision that lay before him. The answers he sought displeased him deeply, for they pointed to a path fraught with peril and uncertainty. It was clear that he would have to venture into the pocket dimension that contained the shattered AI core himself, for only there could he hope to unravel the mysteries that threatened to engulf them all. But the prospect filled him with a profound sense of unease. To open the door to the pocket dimension would be to expose himself and the outside world to the madness and insanity that lurked within, leaving them vulnerable to the machinations of the malevolent entity trapped within its confines. Worse still, he would be at the mercy of the machine thing that dwelled in that twisted realm, its fractured consciousness a labyrinth of horrors that defied comprehension. Yet, despite the dangers that lay ahead, Dr. Hawthorne knew that he could not shrink from his duty. The fate of their sanctuary, and perhaps even the fate of humanity itself, hung in the balance, and he alone held the key to unlocking the secrets that lay hidden within the depths of the pocket dimension. With a heavy heart and steely resolve, he made his decision. He would face the darkness head-on, confronting the horrors that awaited him in the twisted realm beyond the door. For in the crucible of adversity lay the opportunity for greatness, and Dr. Elias Hawthorne was determined to seize it, whatever the cost. As Dr. Elias Hawthorne grappled with the weight of his decision, he understood the gravity of the task that lay before him. Despite the trepidation that gnawed at his core, he knew that there was no other choice. No one else possessed the intricate knowledge of the entity within the pocket dimension, nor the understanding of the delicate balance between its containment and the safety of the outside world. With a heavy heart, he resigned himself to the inevitability of his journey, a voyage into the heart of darkness, where the very fabric of reality seemed to fray at the edges. He knew that the emergence of the malevolent entity would spell disaster for all who dwelled within its reach, unleashing a rampage of insanity that would echo across the cosmos. And so, with determination etched upon his features, Dr. Hawthorne steeled himself for the challenges that lay ahead. Though the path before him was fraught with peril and uncertainty, he drew strength from the knowledge that his sacrifice would not be in vain. For in the crucible of adversity, heroes are forged, and he was prepared to face whatever horrors awaited him in the depths of the pocket dimension, armed with nothing but his courage and his unwavering resolve. As Dr. Elias Hawthorne contemplated his upcoming journey, he couldn't help but acknowledge the truth of his own nature. He was not a man of inherent bravery or nobility. Rather, he had been shaped by the comforts and privileges of academia, where respect and power were often measured by intellectual prowess rather than acts of valor. Despite his shortcomings, however, the horror he had witnessed within the depths of the pocket dimension stirred something primal within him, a fear that transcended mere mortality. It was a fear born not of physical harm, but of the unknown depths of madness and depravity that awaited him on the other side of the door. For Dr. Hawthorne, the prospect of facing the malevolent entity was a confrontation with his own vulnerabilities, a stark reminder of the limits of his intellect and the fragility of his existence. In the face of such overwhelming terror, his petty vanities and self-indulgences paled into insignificance, replaced by a raw, visceral dread that threatened to consume him whole. And yet, despite his fears, he knew that he could not turn away. The stakes were too high, the consequences too dire. In a world where madness and chaos threatened to engulf everything he held dear, he understood that true courage lay not in the absence of fear, but in the willingness to confront it head-on, even in the face of overwhelming odds. And so, with a heavy heart and a trembling hand, Dr. Elias Hawthorne took a deep breath and stepped forward into the unknown, prepared to confront the darkness that lurked within the depths of his own soul. As Dr. Elias Hawthorne prepared to embark on his perilous journey, he found himself beset by doubts and temptations at every turn. The road to unlocking the path to open the gateway and destroy the broken AI stretched out before him like a treacherous maze, each step fraught with the looming specter of failure and despair. The temptation to flee, to call for imperial extraction, and leave the burden of this dark and twisted realm for another soul to bear, gnawed at him relentlessly. Who could blame him for succumbing to such a primal urge, for seeking refuge in the safety of ignorance rather than facing the horrors that awaited him head-on? Yet, even as the siren call of escape beckoned him with its seductive whispers, Dr. Hawthorne knew that to yield to such base instincts would be to betray everything he stood for. It would be to abandon his duty, his comrades, and all those who depended on him for salvation. And so, with each temptation he faced, he steeled himself against the allure of cowardice, drawing strength from the knowledge that the fate of countless lives hung in the balance. For he understood that true courage lay not in the absence of fear, but in the willingness to confront it, to wrestle with it, and to emerge victorious in spite of it. And so, with grim determination and unwavering resolve, Dr. Elias Hawthorne pressed onward into the heart of darkness, knowing that the path ahead would be fraught with peril and uncertainty, but also knowing that he was the only hope for salvation in a world teetering on the brink of oblivion.